priority. Because as Kevin Farmer said, the priority is that each section be completed before any action on the other part of South Bennett or Priscilla and that.
So you're going to maintain the yards and cut the grass and everything on the neighbors? What's going to be there?
It will belong to the town, so right. It'll be part of the town, but it won't be restored as a wetland. That will be part of a later project. Where the swales. But this is critical to. What we need to do is to demonstrate to NRCS and to the federal, the Washington NRCS, that we can do a good job on this first part, so that we can get that money as soon as possible. And tonight's meeting is really key to that, so that we can show them that we can do this, and we can do it right, we can do it well, we can do it as expediently as possible, so that we can get your house and the other, missing teeth on the street. That's really our objective is to make sure we can get as much done as quickly as possible. And it does mean demolition. It just doesn't all around the apartments.
I understand. I'm not a hydrologist, but I can't imagine by removing 4 obstacle structures upstream is not going to allow me to be in a worse flood situation.
Yeah, if anything, just to answer, it sort of is the opposite of what I think someone over here commented on. Essentially, they said, hey, if you build these flood walls, which I agreed with, the increase, because you have the smaller cross-sectional area, the potential for the water surface elevations to come up and compensate for that increases. That's true. In your case, what's happening is that you're taking out houses. I would argue, actually, the only potential thing that could happen is that the water elevations actually come down because you're taking out these obstructions, which are these houses. And when the water comes to it, instead of getting held up by these houses, the houses are gone, so now it might actually come down a little bit. Now, you're not going to measure it coming down. It's not going to be that sort of floodplain, but it's from an engineering and science, from an engineering standpoint, that's the only way. That's just physics. You have a smaller area, more water comes. Water has to come up to compensate for that smaller area. If you have a larger area, less obstructions, water elevations want to come down.
When we bought this house, when they move out, I think they're eligible for low income, low interest loan from rural development. Okay? So there's some other program that can help them to get a low interest loan from the rural development. I think we can
So in other words,
this too. Hopefully we can move
the
this
solution
forward.
to the problem is get the houses out of there.
Get how out, move people out,
Yeah.
and move the house and restore the floodplain. Okay? But we're not doing any restoring the floodplain until we move all the house out. But if we bought this 4 house and this 2 house left right there, we're just gonna take the house and leave everything alone for a while until we move all this out, and then we'll come in and do the whole area. Yes.
That was interesting. I didn't even think to ask about how long those houses would be vacant and maybe an eyesore and maybe, have squatters.
Well, we have to move. We have to what you call it, demolition. We have to remove them when they move out because we don't want to leave empty house there.
Yeah.
People will.
I didn't even think to ask for that, but the mayor did mention maybe controlled burns for the fire department.
Yeah, we can do whatever
whatever.
the city decide what they want to do.
Yeah, but I think he wanted the town to.
Where is that exactly? Where is that?
This in River Ave. Yeah. River Drive.
Where is that?
That's in Johnston. I don't know.
There's like a River Ave, a River Drive, and a River Road. There's 3 of them.
See, River Ave is right here.
Near the park?
No.
River Drive is right here. River Ave is right here. And then this is the Plain and Edward, and then come over here, up here, then Fletcher Avenue.
Oh, Fletcher.
Yeah, it's on
You come
Pocasset.
to Fletcher over here, then you come.
That's another big flood zone, right?
Right. Then, if you come this way and come this way right here and go this way, then you see the River Drive.
Yeah, I photographed some of the homes.
Houses are there, like all ranch, race ranch. Or what?
No, I think some of them are.
I photographed some of the ones when the original story came out. I went over there and photographed them. And some of the people had actually moved
Right
out.
there.
And,
You see this connection right here? See that? These two houses right there?
Yeah.
This is Frederick Ave. Come here and you go that way, and then you'll see it right over here. So this is like connected. See, right now we have agreement with the Cranston, city of Cranston, to hire an engineer to do designing the structure. So if we get the funding to implement it, we have a design ready, and then we'll implement it.
So you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 16. So you got like 1.6 million. I mean, the market's low now.
Yes, but it costs not just only the fair markets right now, also costs for moving, costs for temporary storage if they need it, all of that add to it,
so
not
that's
just the
where-
cost of the house.
Wow.
Okay, because we have to help them move their, household goods
So
to
that's
the little
why,
house.
you can't do more.
Yes,
It
yes.
cuts down to
Right.
4.
Yeah. Because we not just say, hey, about your house, get out of here, whatever how you do it, no. We have to help them move. Okay? And then we also find, if they need a loan, we can say, well, go to RD. I think rural development have a low interest program for people like this. If they qualify, then, based on their income, if they qualify, they get a low interest loan. But if they're not, they still get a pretty good, rate. 4 or 5%.
Yeah.
Well, one guy told me he had like 4 feet of water in his basement.
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The front every year.
That's amazing.
Mm.
So
Totally amazing.